ill of him if you value your life.
Do you think Abidon...
Ah, the outsiders. Welcome. I hope you don't mind if I shout a bit. I feel like it's impossible to hear anything over all this banging and quenching. Indeed, when they came down to tell us that we had outsiders about, I swore I misheard. I probably should have cleaned up the place.
Having trouble being heard?
Indeed. Some of it is all the noise, but...
I don't care. Hey, I got some star metal. Can you do anything about it? Actually, I'll take this first.
Is that Abidon's shiny beard? It is star metal. I've only had the pleasure of working with it a few times before. These days I work more with a quill than a hammer, but I think I can make an exception for this. And if the council doesn't like it, they can make someone else forge master. Oh, I'd be a happy man to be working the forge again. Oh, how I miss it! The heat of the flowing lava, the feeling of power as you shape metal, the burn of salt.
You really like smithing, don't you?
Huh? What makes you say that? I could refine and sharpen the material into a sword, certainly. Simple enough ask once you know the secrets of star metal. Alternatively, there's something I've wanted to make since the last time I had my hands on this stuff.
The archivist sounds perfect.
May Abidon guide my hand, and this trial be worthy of Magrin's attention.
This ought to be good.
Here it is, a firearm unlike any other. I call it the Moonstrike Arquebus, for it will strike your enemies as fiercely as Abidon's hammer struck the falling moon.
Thank you.
You are most welcome, outsider. However, this material is unlike any other metal. It is superior in nearly every way, and an unmatched challenge to bring me more fragments, and I will forge for you a blade unlike any other. Though with more star metal, I may be able to upgrade...
Yeah, upgrade the arquebus.
Let's. I've been looking forward to doing this for a long time. Proper rifling for the barrel, and there...
Can't wait to see up.
Here you are. A firearm unlike any other. Use it.
They'll never know what hit them.
That's what I like.
Have more.
Blessed day.
You mentioned the sword.
Very good.
Huh, at least your enemies will see a gorge.
It is done.
Another masterwork.
Thank you for your kind work. outsiders.
The very image of Nandru indeed. The gods send you at the most opportune time. A word, please. Ah, the infamous Ediran envoy. I'd heard of your resemblance to our illustrious founder, but I'd hardly believe it if I weren't seeing it for myself. The monks tell us that Nandru had a special connection to the land, a sense for where to find things. I wonder if you share it.
You have no idea.
And perhaps Solace is in luck. Our hunters can track beetles, birds, and boars, but do you know what the most elusive quarry in the tusks is?
Bears?
It's water, of course. And yet you'd never know it from the way the councillors fuss. It's all tradition that.
I read of other Peruvian keeps. You have lasted as long as Solus.
Paradoxical, isn't it? The councillors would tell you this is our calling. Their detractors say it's our prison. Me, I'm just concerned about keeping us all alive. There's an old godless aqueduct system in slumbering fields far to the southwest. I sent a team to start repairs, but I haven't heard from them.
How is it possible to lose them? Godless aqueducts aren't exactly easy to miss.
I doubt they had trouble finding the aqueducts, but something must have detained them.
No promises, but I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you. They were supposed to work on the section just north of the southern guard tower. You probably passed it when you entered the Tusks.
This... Oh, good. Someone's come along. I can't believe the only person that stopped is an outsider. Will you help me, please?
I love to, but don't want to.
No, wait. Please? Ugh, my hammer. One of the smiths down below sold it to me, and I'm not likely to get such a fine one again. But with all the construction going on here, still, I slipped and dropped it. I think it's somewhere down there.
Here.
Ah, you have done me a great Merty, envoy. Is it me? Or does everything look suspiciously like a nail?
Found a spider the size of my face in my quarters last night.
Again? Ugh. I bet the officer's up above them.
On the bright side, the legs are pretty good. I hope no one sees me like this. Who let you in here?
Why are you up here?
Why am I in my own home? I must live. But as
Well, good luck with that, I guess.
no one suffers as... just leave.
Okay. Apparently there's a trade carrier that's supposed to be here soon.
Truly? I shall have to wear... No.
Right. You might not want to get your hopes.
No one's...
Okay, she's just gonna keep repeating the same thing over and over. Fantastic.
An outsider! I've never seen someone so tall.
Time has shown that the arms and armor of Solus Keep are unmatched in quality. Move along, outsider. Consultation hours are...
Something the matter?
No, no, of course not.
Your philosophy seemed controversial.
All philosophies
What scholars do in Solus?
we pass on. In return, the unenlightened...
What can you tell me about Nandru?
Regardless. Some Unfortunately.
Wow,
all
okay.
we
None of
have
these
to
is
deal
very
with-
interesting. I'm just gonna skip through them.
What more can I do?
Great. Things that don't matter. It's hard to care when, like,
Banish the entropy from our
none of the
May your
rest of the
exile
game is
reach
actually
and
interesting.
your throne Non-true. You must be the outsider I've heard so much about, yes? I am pleased to meet you.
No, thank you.
Bolty? Is that you? Marius? Won't the Commandant be surprised? What can I do for Solace's most fascinating guests?
What's your role here?
I am an attendant of the
Okay.
Good.
We got a map.
Haven't seen Petro around.
Ready yourselves. Council's just up this lift.
Of course they have an elevator. How elevated.
If we open our gates, we will talk about this later. We have a guest. What is the meaning of this? Who let them in here?
They're here because I vouched for them.
Marius, you're alive.
There were rumors you died, Marius. We mourned you. You shouldn't have returned.
I trust you came back to us for good reason.
We need your help.
Indeed, you do.
And we'll gladly help you. Right across our borders.
Believe me, I don't intend to stick around. Tell us what we need to know and we'll be gone before you remember to miss me.
Very well. We'll deal with you later.
So, you need our help. What do you expect us to do for you, precisely?
We're looking for the path to the garden.
There is no path.
Nor has there been for hundreds of years. There was a bridge once, but it fell in Nandru's time. How do you know of our garden, envoy?
We've determined it's a source of the dream scourge.
Mind how you speak of the garden in these halls, envoy.
The garden is our sacred purpose, its observation and protection, a task handed to us by Nandru himself. He once wrote that the island spoke to him, perhaps as it has spoken to you.
The envoy does bear a remarkable resemblance to our founder, does she not?
The markings on your face, I recognized them. But I didn't want to believe an Adiran could have anything in common with Nandru.
We find an old journal written by Nandru. It says there's some other way to the garden.
Enough. I know you outlanders to be audacious, but claiming you read the lost journal of our founder, there are no words. If Nandru ever wrote such a thing, do you think the Pargrunen would forget it? Would the living archives misplace such an artifact? We did not lie to you. The bridge has fallen.
The path is long gone.
If there is another way, Envoy, you will have to discover it yourself. But I fear you will be disappointed.
Well, if there's really no way, why bother protecting it?
It has and always will be our duty to watch over the garden. Even if we knew of the potential of another path, we couldn't tell you. Your facial markings might be similar to Nandru's, but we will not change our ways for an accident of flesh and cartilage. You are an outsider and will remain one forever. The agent of an empire bent on destroying all that we have built. Envoy, you and those like you are why we are here. The Wardens exist to stand in your way.
My purpose is greater than the concerns of Kith.
However noble you may believe your purpose, it is yours alone.
It's mine, too.
You have no more standing in these halls than the Envoy does, Marius. We have no obligation, and indeed, no inclination to help you.
I won't stop searching for a way into the garden.
I would expect nothing less from someone like yourself.
Goodbye, Envoy. Kostya, see the Envoy out of our halls. Enough time has been wasted on inconsequential matters.
With all due haste, Mihala.
And Marius, don't stay gone so long next time.
If this is the kind of warm welcome I can expect, I can't wait to come back.
Follow me, Envoy.
Right. I warned you they'd be useless. Or maybe I didn't, but I thought about it. You'd be better off tracking the Steel Garrote. At least they're not useless bureaucrats.
And I thought Vidara was infuriating.
I remember hearing more laughing.
Still lingering, Adiran?
We found a letter.
Thank you, Envoy. Let's see. I suspect it's another one of Kostya's attempts at courting Adir. No matter. I've dealt with this before, and she'll deal with it again. But I appreciate your assistance in maintaining the peace in Solace Keep. Take this key. There's a chest in my office whose contents you might find interesting. Still,
We need to talk about Petru.
Captain of the Wardens? He's away on an errand for me. What about him?
A pretty lie, but we know that's not what happened.
Pompous Adiran. I don't know how you found out, but I'd warn you to stay out of the Council's business. Petru's ideas are a danger to Solus and go against his oath. If you must pry, I can assure you, he is safe, and he will stay far away from Solus until he can be trusted again.
You're right to protect your people.
I would thank you for sharing that conviction if you didn't carry an Adiran banner. Now be gone. I have other work to do, and I do not need to justify myself to you of all kith.
A leader who punishes those who speak.
Good.
I just wanted a word before you went on your way.
Yes.
I wanted to apologize for what happened in the council chamber. The situation here is desperate. We have more mouths than food. The old sicken, the young suffer. But Mihala, well, she's a devoted warden to her core. I think she'd rather we starve than ask for help.
You disagree with her?
Of course. Our people starve and grow ill. And it's all because Mihala insists duty to the dead means more than the living. She won't let our people leave, or speak with outsiders, or trade for the resources we need. There is no reasoning with her. Anything that doesn't strictly serve our oath to Nandru is treason of the highest order. It's why I play my part where she can see. I don't want to risk her wrath.
You're picking your battles.
I am. I know I can't win all of them, and I need to win the ones that matter. Mihala has firm principles, and I respect the strength of them. But it's all so pointless. If we stay in this keep, we will surely die.
By the way, this is the exact same plot line as Dragon Age Origin Dwarf area.
Change must happen.
Like the exact same plot line.
We need to leave the keep. Do you understand me?
So what do you want from me?
The keep decays, and we drown in a rot. The wardens defend a corpse against that which would revive it. We will not last here much longer. Not without food, building materials, medical supplies. I let Nadiran trade caravans slip past our patrols, but that's hardly enough. We need so much more. All of which your ambassador in Paradis could provide. If I could only start the conversation.
Why haven't you?
Mihala won't have it. Our isolation here is not elective, but imposed on us by her. And Nandru, and our long traditions.
Okay, I get it. Trade agreement aren't in my specific wheelhouse, I'm afraid.
They needn't be. You're looking for another path to the garden. I don't know if there is one, but I know who might. You were right, you know. The Stilgarot are in the mines at Mount Forja, looking for the garden even as we speak. If they haven't found what you're looking for, they will soon. I hear their commander is a determined woman.
You've told me all I need to know. I must go.
Go then. Seek the Stilgarot. Seek the garden. I want you to get what you want, Envoy. My hope is that you don't kill the Inquisitor before I get what I want too.
The thought had never crossed my mind. The Stilgarot are my countrymen.
Every empire finds themselves engaged in a little civil war now and then. I'd only rather you didn't pursue one on my doorstep. Not when we both stand to benefit from peace and conversation. In any case, the Stilgarot are at the Mount Forja mines. To get... do as you will. That will not happen, also. Please, be discreet with what I've told you. Elder Grigor is an old friend. He'll have it.
Who's Andrada?
Sorry, Geoffrey. Captain. No, the council's still going.
Interesting. I completely missed that. Somehow. So we have to teleport to Donjor first. Why can't we just open the mini map in here? Like, if they just let you open the minimap so that you can teleport anywhere in Donjor, it would skip an entire loading screen. Wouldn't that have been better?
Envoy, how can I help?
Okay.
Envoy, an alarming report crossed my desk. One of our agents in Emerald Stair never reported back from his assignment. Well done.
Thank you.
On the contrary, I should be thanking you. Fior Merciverno is a problem for Adir, but we have subtler ways of dealing with problems. Some of us do, anyway. Inquisitor Ludwig is not among them. You've done the Empire a great service by carving out one of its many imperfections. I'd call that a job well done.
I'm just doing my part.
And what a grand part it's been. While you're here, will there be anything else? Envoy.
Oh, we can't establish trade relations? I thought that was like the thing. Like, what? The whole point I come back here. Well, we can go and turn in this quest. The map quest, I mean.
The Adirans only see us as soil to feed their dying.
You're back.
Felicia didn't make it.
Fletcher. Oh, I was sure she would be safe. Her maps were so meticulous. She even made her own ink. Please, keep searching.
Wilfrith is dead.
Ah, poor Wilfrid. A keen eye for botany. He loved to write about the plants he found. Please, keep searching.
About Renato.
You found him?
He's still languishing in his cell as we speak.
Imprisoned? And you didn't try to free him? What did he do?
You must know he was stealing artifacts to support himself.
Stealing? Oh, but that violates every principle of our field. Madico, this expedition is cursed. Where did I go wrong?
You sent people out into the wilds with no training and no one to guide them. Maybe take one moment to actually think next time?
We can't lose sight of what matters in our pursuit of learning.
You're right. I was so excited by the prospect of being first. Never mind. That's no excuse. It seems we've both learned that the hard way. Thank you, Aimika. You've helped me shape the course of history. Come back to the shop sometime.
You did good, Envoy.
How's the cartography going?
I have just added the most interesting glade to the Emerald Stair. It seems to have...
Okay. Beetle Boulevard. Summon a beetle? No. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's go back here.
Break your oaths, and it all unravels. It's not just about them.
That's like...
Something happened here. Grip, but the years have... Who are we?
Does anything truly change, or do we lose sight of ourselves?
Our veins still spread beneath the soil. We remember our...
So, let's hop on over here. Yeah, we're gonna run from one quest to the next. Maybe we'll find something along the way, but we're not really gonna truly explore this area. It's not something I care about to do. Power attack deals high frost accumulation. Killing enemy give you 5 damage. Nope. Full combo. Attack give enemy minus damage. Successful parry, high stun and frost accumulation. Might as well.
Oh, gods. Anyone else finding it hard to breathe?
I've seen council meetings get out of control, but that one was for the books. Almost as bad as when I asked the governor for some unconventional equipment. He nearly had a heart attack.
Well, Kashta seems more innovative in his thinking, at least.
If the steel garrote is what passes for innovative, then Solace is in deep trouble. It's remarkable, really, what people do for traditions that have lost all meaning. The garden is your birthright, and the wardens don't seem to know why they're guarding it in the first place. If anyone has a right to enter the garden, it's you.
They don't care. I don't fit in with the traditions.
That's all right. I prefer the company of misfits and rejects. The council made their choice. If they won't let you into the garden, we just have to find another way. Not before I've done some reading. We're on the precipice of something magical. You can feel it, can't you? The garden is within our grasp. All we need now is the courage and wisdom to brave the unknown.
We want it. We've done it before. We'll do it again.
Your confidence is refreshing. I almost hate to ask, but are you afraid of what's to come? I'm not judging, just curious.
I'm worried that everything I know is about to turn upside down.
The bane of every academic. I believe, for the first time in ages, that I am not afraid. I used to care so much about discovery, invention, achievement. But deep down, I was afraid. Afraid that I wasn't living up to my potential.
I know that feeling.
Of course you do. What blade cuts deeper than having unachievable standards for yourself? Since we met, everything I believed has been proven wrong. That the island can be controlled. That I alone can fix it. Even my parents. Gods. They really had no idea what they were doing. Just like me.
They must have felt the same pressure you did.
And look how that turned out. I'm so tired of being afraid. I need to accept my limitations or embrace them. Even if I'm wrong again, that's part of the journey. I have no idea where it leads. And for the first time, it's fine. Perfectly fine.
That would have gotten you a standing ovation at the Dragon Hill Academy.
Really? I wouldn't know what to do with that much encouragement. Glad I could get that off my chest. We have bigger problems to worry about, but I appreciate these little moments. You have an inquisitive mind. I respect that. If you ever feel your education is missing something, I'd be happy to teach you what I know. All you have to do is ask.
You offered to teach me. I'm ready to learn.
Excellent. The Imperial Court taught you well, but I suspect there were gaps in what they call an education. If there's anything you've been dying to learn from an animancer, now's the time.
Tell me how anime sharpen their mind to decipher the spiritual world.
Unfortunately, that can take a lifetime. It's the sad reality of our work. But I'll give you the short version. Now, let's begin. You drifted off for a moment. Were you paying attention?
I was.
Really? What's the last thing I said?
You were telling me about the fight that broke out during your thesis defense.
Oh, I stand corrected. Even if you had dozed off, no harm done. Besides, a little nap is good for the soul. I slept through my share of lectures, and look how I turned out. That's all I have to teach you for now. I'll chime in if anything else comes to mind.
Sound like Governor Vidaro might end your banishment.
Yes, and now I have to decide for myself if that's something I want. When he told me to leave, I was heartbroken, but also excited. Some animancers thrive in a structured environment. That's never been my way.
if you do go back. Set healthy boundaries.
Not a bad idea. Who says I have to play by their rules anyway? Thank you for speaking to Ignacy on my behalf. Whether or not I choose to return, it matters that I can.
How are you holding up?
Well, my future is in shambles, and I have no idea what to do next. Oh, and my home is under attack by the acolytes of an insane witch god. Apart from that, fine. Truthfully, I'm a bit lost. Leaving Fior Messiverno was supposed to be liberating. We've seen and done incredible things, but I'm no closer to finishing my family's work.
Why is that?
The Dream Scourge? Through animancy, I can harness the wild essence of the living lands and put it to good use. But what if I tried, only to have it lash out and destroy me? I'd be no better off than my parents. The Dream Scourge is infecting our Adra, holding back my work. Until I understand it, until I can control it, I can't do anything. I'm useless. I'm nothing.
Your research will change lives. This is a setback, nothing more.
I hope you're right. Quilici always...
Okay, I get it. After everything we've seen, do you still want to be an animancer?
The better question is, can I still be an animancer?
Alright, yeah. With enough pressure and patience, anything can be tamed.
I'm sure that Inquisitor Ludwig...
Then we better stop the Dream Scourge.
At least someone thinks...
We're so close to the garden. Are you nervous?
Oh, yes. The little...
Stopping the Dream Scourge should be reason enough.
Quite right.
Oh my god, that was so much to talk about.
There. Oh, just... Ah, you don't become an archmage by being a wallflower. Tired already, envoy? Well, I'll see you in the morning.
Rawatayans love to boast about how barren and rugged our homeland is. But we've got nothing on the Pargrunan living here.
Galloway Tusk has a certain austere charm.
I can't fault your optimism, but would you think that if this was the only landscape you ever saw, day in and day out? According to Marius, his people are forbidden from ever leaving the Tusks.
I did tell you that, didn't I? Must have been drunk.
I'm all for pulling together, but that's just oppressive.
No one could survive here without cooperation and mutual sacrifice.
It's about the walls, really. Big, massive, ancient walls.
But what's the point of all that if it's not making everyone's lives better somehow? Ravatai has a similar problem. Between the constant storms and the rocky soil, the lands never supported us easily. So many of us find work as sailors and mercenaries. We explore the world as soldiers or as part of a trade mission. We venture out. We're encouraged to.
You also conquer and annex a lot of lands you explore and trade with.
Yeah, that's certainly part of it. Look, I'm not trying to defend or debate my empire's conduct, or yours. Everyone in the Living Lands faces struggle. But people choose that, and usually to escape something worse. Forcing people into a lifetime of hardship for the sake of principle or tradition is a different matter entirely.
What do you think about Kostya's plan for dealing with a deer?
I can tell he's struggling against the current, which is a shame because he's looking out for his people rather than an old building. Tradition and history have their place, but I just can't see putting it ahead of the welfare of the living. But you're the envoy. I'm wondering what you think about it. I never thought about it that way, but you're right. Probably a good reason for that, too. Rawatai's grown over the centuries through dozens of expansions, conquests, and alliances. Many were bloody and hard-won, but I still can't find myself wishing for the alternative. We wouldn't have lasted if we stayed a small Almawa tribe struggling against a barren, stormy spit of land.
Come on, dying out and aggressive conquests aren't the only option.
Fair enough, and that's not exactly the choice in front of the Pargrunen either. The question is, do you really think Kostya and his people are better off sticking around here than taking their chances with Adir? Or striking out into the living lands?
Anything's better than this. They should take their chances elsewhere.
I only hope they get that chance. Never. Looks at. Yeah, it happens. But out of all the people I've fought alongside, you challenge me. Even when we disagree, I never thought I'd feel this at ease again with it. But you helped me face loss after drifting for a long time.
You're a true friend.
So are you. So whatever you need, whatever it takes to finish this journey. I'm well past seconds myself. Even decent.
It's lovely and true.
Even if it weren't, I'd rather be wrong. Anyway. You're asking. Okay, who? Sure. Check
okay, my goodness. Things to talk about.
Give. So, they...
Okay, this is the same thing we talked about before.
Don't mind if I do.
You too.
Okay.
Envoy, coming back to Solace is not easy for me. A lot of memories, not all happy ones.
I mean, Commandant Mihala seems to think highly of you.
She took an interest in me when I first came to Solace. No idea why. I was an outsider and a child. She had every right to make me someone else's problem, but she didn't.
Something's bothering you, isn't it?
Since we entered Solace, memories have come flooding back. It's been all I can think about.
It's only natural. You were gone a long time.
Seeing Mihala, I remembered coming here as a child, but there's more. There was a village, and something went wrong.
Tragedy can fracture one's soul. You can lose memories in the process.
That sounds about right. But if my soul is fractured, I don't remember why. If I am fractured, what do I do? How do I fix it?
You will create new memories as the fractured one comes together.
Right. Makes sense. Doesn't help with the stuff I can't remember. I need to find that village, if it exists. There's something there I need to find. I just wish I knew what it was.
We'll do what we can.
That's all I can ask. It's not worth going out of your way. You know, if it happens. Anyway. What do you want to... Mount Forja. Right. Until next time.
Okay.
Envoy? Sorry. I've been in my head ever since we left Solace, thinking about the village.
Understandable.
I'm tired of it. You need me focused, especially in the tusks, where just breathing wrong can kill you. Still, I don't know why I'm thinking about this village, or even why it feels so important. What if I get there and... oh, I don't know, I fall apart. Memories flood in and I don't know who I am anymore. Or worse, what if it's nothing?
The only way to know is to go there and find out.
But maybe it's better not to know. There was a story. The warden who saw the future.
What is it about?
There was a young warden who thought she could see the future. She'd think about things and they would come to pass. She was worried about her father falling ill, and he did. She feared her friend would die of exposure. It happened.
That sounds like a useful talent.
I had a feeling you might say that. One day, she was with her patrol unit guarding a watchtower, and she was struck by a terrifying thought. She just knew in her gut that Solace was under attack. Zareps, or ogres, or fire blights from the wastes.
So she left her post?
Oh, you've heard this one. The young warden tried to alert her unit, but they didn't seem concerned. They said she was delusional. So she left the tower to go protect Solace. And she found nothing there. Meanwhile, her post came under attack. Her whole unit was killed because she abandoned it.
Her future sight was just her worries about what might happen.
Exactly. So what if I'm seeing the future here? Maybe we should just stay on your original path.
Well, the difference is you haven't left your post.
You're right. This is a small detour, not a different path. I haven't left you folks behind. Anyway, I appreciate the talk, Envoy. I clearly have some things to figure out. Anyway. If I must.
That meeting of the Solace Council did not go as planned.
We need to make food.
There's a whole lot. lot of exactly what I expected, honestly. It's...
How could they?
Oh, good.
Vipers in the grass. We do not, cannot forgive. We blessed the Jabaru Sinakis and they prick us in return.
I'm trying to sleep. Get out.
We will dream too then. Dream of the flood that breaks.
Also, I have denied all your gifts. You gave me nothing. Don't flatter yourself.
Take him down.
You asked for it.
Not bad enough for going into more godless ruins. But we're also walking face first into a beat. Lovely.
Holy crap.
Nice work.
That's amazing.
Beyond sync!
Looks like the beetles have settled in nicely. Can we finish here? Quickly, before I lose my lunch. What, like it's hard? That's done.
Work that roll!